it's a good thing to go on a motorcycle and just have a good sort of tear up, you know, it clears the air.
I don't want a pickle. Wanna ride on my motorcycle. I don't want a tickle. 'Cause I'd rather ride on my motorcycle. I don't want to die. Just wanna ride on my motorcycle.
One of road racing's most colourful characters is Percy Tate. He's a 45-year-old sheep farmer, but he's been racing bikes for 25 years. At an age when most riders have long since put away their leathers, Percy goes on. It seems the older he gets, the keener he gets, and the faster he rides.
Oh, I think the biggest thing is keeping fit. This is probably the reason why I've kept racing so many years, you know. I've got to dash about feeding the animals, and if you can dash about feeding those, and just keeps your mind alive. And of course I was testing motorbikes all the time and keeping an eye out for the police when I was, you know, and that kept me awake.
Attention paddock. Attention paddock.
8 o'clock on a cold Sunday morning. Riders, mechanics, wives and girlfriends have been on the road since the early hours. Today, Percy is the leading rider. And last night he afforded himself the luxury of a local hotel. Percy is an enthusiast. He hasn't the backing of a works team to pay him a fat salary. Well, even if he wins both of his events today, he'll only pick up £50. And replacing parts on a machine that already costs something like £3,000, that money won't go far. But what about the others who turn up every week? Many with bikes on HP and all their own expenses to pay.
There's more enthusiasm with motorcycles than there is with any other sport, I'm sure there is. Everybody that's involved in motorcycles, they just seem as though they're just wonderful people.
I'm the urban spaceman, baby, I've got speed. I've got everything I need. I'm the urban spaceman, baby, I can fly. I'm a supersonic guy. I don't need pleasure, I don't feel pain. If you were to knock me down, I'd just get up again. I'm the urban spaceman, baby, I'm making out. I'm all about. I wake up every morning with a smile upon my face. My natural exuberance spills out all over the place. I'm the urban spaceman, I'm intelligent and clean. Know what I mean? I'm the urban spaceman, as a lover, second to none. It's a lot of fun.
I never know how it's going to go. You can never say you're going to win a race or finish second or third, you know. You always like to think you are going to win, you know. But so many things can happen. Now, I like to go to a race meeting and thinking I can't win. I like to feel that there's awful lot of opposition. Then that makes me go better. I don't tend to be scared because when you go racing, you are your own boss. When you get hold of the throttle, I mean, you go as fast as you want to go. I mean, if you feel okay, well, you go quick. If you don't feel so good, well, you don't go quite so quick. It's entirely how you feel. You do get a little bit tensed up, you know. I don't like to think about anything apart from making a good start. I like to go fast. Yeah, I think it is a nice thrill. And when you go along the back straight, you know, and then get those, you know, lovely curves, it sort of gets you going a bit. You know, I often say a little bit of poetry when I'm going round. Faster than fairies, faster than witches, bridges, houses, hedges and ditches. And even the gun of a wink of an eye, painter stations go hurried by. Here's a child who scrambles and crambles all by herself, a-gathering brambles. I think my bike likes to be talked to.
The weekend club riders are the backbone of road racing. But this is a sport that has its jet-setting superstars, too. The international Grand Prix riders can earn tens of thousands of pounds a year on their pampered works-developed machines. Thirteen-times world champion Giacomo Agostini is Italy's heartthrob and a national hero with fans that follow him like a pop star. Agostini and the Italian MV Agusta have become a road racing legend. Ago can choose any machine he wishes to ride and the money that goes with it, knowing that all he has to do is jump on the bike and go. But he has to keep winning. His greatest rival has always been Luton-born Phil Reed, who has now taken Agostini's 500cc world title.
I didn't sort of model my riding style on anybody. I just wanted to be better than all of them. There's nothing that gives me such a thrill as riding a powerful motorcycle, and especially now I'm in the MVs, you know, really, that to me is the ultimate. If I'm involved with a good team, you know, I get paid good salary, and I don't think you could earn as much in the sort of commercial world so easily as I feel I can earn from motorcycle racing. I won't tell you how much, but you know, I can go to a motorcycle race just down the road and earn what some people earn in a year. I think initially you've got to have the luck. And somehow you've got to be born into it. You've got to start at a very early age, and you've got to have this interest developed, this sort of determination or dedication to get over the problems you might have.
Ago seems to be in trouble, but Phil Reed is off to a flying start. Phil Reed has style.
Will lead the lap in 1 minute 43 seconds.
7 times world champion, he's a professional's professional who will never settle for being anything but first.
And in 4 1/4 seconds now.
Certainly it's given me a chance to see the world and also given me a sort of certainly a high standard of living, and enabled me to do more for my wife and family. It sort of set me up if I want to take advantage of it in a way that I can progress into other things commercially, when I do retire from racing. So that's what it's done for me.
If your wife wants to be in on the action too, why not offer her a comfortable chair? Mostly sidecar racers, often a family concern, build and ride their own bikes. Perhaps only 1 or 2 riders receive sponsorship in any way. And only now are they beginning to receive the recognition they deserve. On the edge of Croxton Circuit, near Andover, is the heart of Britain's racing effort. Here, labouring in cramped accommodation and with inadequate machinery, the dedicated Norton team have struggled to keep their famous name up front. One man with a dream of producing a British world beater is Norton's chief development engineer and the team's #1 rider, Peter Williams.
I think basically we build everything. We get the engine parts from the main factory at Wolverhampton. There's not an engine part that we don't have to inspect and modify in some way. And many of the basic engine parts, such as camshafts and pistons, are replaced by our own racing ones.
Now 2381 to that dimension.
It is, after all, a standard road-going motorcycle engine, and designed as such. So we do 2 terrible things. We, first of all, go racing with it and ask it to do far more than it was ever designed for. And so we must inspect everything very closely before using it.
A little bit off there, really, can't you? As long as the main jet isn't shackled inside.
In spite of all our racing efforts, it is the Japanese who dominate world sales. By promoting a bright new image, the manufacturers gave motorcycles a new popularity. In the early 60s, motorcycling suffered a poor public image, which was perhaps undeserved.
It's got some evil, coloured black image, motorcycling, even to the extent that people, if you ride a motorcycle, people naturally think that you wear black, not white, black leather all the time.
Peter Williams' teammate is Dave Croxford.
I suppose it's like any youngster, you get a motorbike and you go with the crowd. We used to have a place down called the Ace Cafe, which is one of these notorious cafes all the lads used to hang out. And from there, well, mainly I suppose I lost my licence, which eventually happens to all the lads, like. And that year, which I lost my licence, I still used to go down a cafe. And there's a couple of guys down East who do sidecar racing. And they wanted a passenger. So it sounded my scene. I thought, I'll have a go at this. So we used to go at some deserted aerodrome. I had my own bikes. Then, I could go to sort of parties and, I'd wake up with stinking hangovers. And I used to get on the bike and send it down the straights, and I used to get away with it. But now, you can't. Maybe it's because I'm older, but now I'll take a few exercises, and I'm keener. You know, I'm putting a bit more into it, I think.
Ex-glazier, plasterer, builder, and poodle trimmer, Dave came up the hard way, working at anything to pay for racing. Nowadays, things are different, and his main concern is to arrive at the circuit on time.
You know, I like the setup, you know. Plenty of hotels. I hate getting up early in the morning and things like that, going to, well, like the work. To me, it is plenty of work. Well, it's different sort of work, but, you know, it's just that's the way I like it, nice and casual now. But then again, you've got to do your part in a different sort of way. You know, you sort of, I mean, you know, you dress in suits. I mean, I like it, you know, I like the suit and all the gear and that, because I like to look an office-type worker, but he jumps on a motorbike. You know, it's a bit different.
When the Norton riders arrive, the bikes are already being prepared and tuned by the works mechanics.
Everything has got to be spot on, because if the bike isn't, no way are you going to win. You'd have the best tyres on for that particular day. And you've got to be on the ball yourself. Because, I mean, they probably spend £50,000 a year on a motorbike, and you feel a bit grotty one day. Hello. No way, man. You just got to get on there and go, because you're going to be out on your ear roll. You're wired up by the position you're on the grid. Now, I always like to arrive at the grid and be at brands on the outside, because the first bend is paddock, and you know, I find that you get all these guys, they tend to queue up there, and I like to sort of whistle round. So I'm thinking, you know, I'm gonna have to take a lot of guys to be in the race. On the first lap, the race is decided, and so if you're not up front, especially when you've got a high-class race where you've got all the good guys.
Well, the flag is already raised, Corky Ballington on the front line then. And all eyes on the starter, Jeff Barry in the second row. Chris Davidson on the flag down and waiting up there.
When you're in front and you sort of look round and you've got about 4 or 5 guys all bloody looking at you, you know, you tend to sort of play it a little bit cool, you don't overdo it. You know, you can see you catching them up. You think, Christ, this is great.
It may be great if you're out front, but if you drop the bike when you're rubbing leathers on a tight bend, then you're in real trouble.
There's a yellow flag and an oil flag here at Westfield. Something must have happened up at Dingledell out of my sight. We've got the yellow warning flag and the oil flag.
It always worries me when I see another rider come off, and especially if you know them, you know, it tends to, it does slow you up quite a bit. Yeah, it's very worrying. No, I don't like to see anybody come off.
I've had my share of coming off, but you just thought, you're either lucky, you've got to be pretty lucky.
I've come off quite a lot. I broke my back at Aintree
You don't sort of roll over and do a kung fu ball or anything like that. You know, you just fall off and you're at the bank.
And I had a bad accident at Silverstone where I broke my ankle.
And you sort of lay there and you think, Christ, I'm all right. You know, you get up and to the crowd. And, you know, it's all right. But then you limp around for about 3 months. But
probably the worst one I've ever had in my life was on a scooter, Tina scooter, when I broke my leg. And I was only doing about 15, 20 miles an hour.
When I fell off at Brands 4 times, it was raining. I kept going out and coming in and falling off, going out, falling off. But it's all a part of the game, you know. If I think you don't fall off now, then you're not going to, you know.
It happens quickly, although it happens very slowly in your mind. You can see it all happening, and you know either you're going to be lucky, and you're going into straw bales or onto grass, or you're going to run it very hard. But obviously, obviously at all. But I try and relax and control how I fall, and prepare to sort of for the impact.
One person I knew many years ago thought that you'd had a disappointing day's racing. Quite seriously, she said this, a disappointing day's racing if you hadn't fallen off. Whereas the opposite is the truth, of course, that you go racing with the intention of staying on in order to win the race. Now that is the object of the whole exercise.
And here they come, coming out. Percy Tate, I can see Peter Williams, Barry Sheen, Vic Allen, Phil Reed, 500 world champion. Have you ever seen them look like this?
Every rider is aware of the dangers of racing, because all of them have been hurt sometime or another. It is for this reason that they get together at charity football matches for injured riders.
Phil, very clever bit of footwork there, proving that he can't just handle an MV Augusta.
Well, why do they race motorcycles? At the end of the day, everyone has probably got something. For Phil Reed, yet another trophy for the mantelpiece. And for Peter Williams, it may be the satisfaction of seeing his design in action. For Dave Croxford, the acclaim of the crowd. And for Percy Tate?
Well, I've got a few pins in my leg and a shorter leg, and I'm really a spastic when it all comes round. That's made me slightly deaf. I haven't got much really, only the enjoyment to look back, know what I've done. But that's about all really. I haven't made any money at it. But I have enjoyed every minute of it. Apart from being in hospital, they're the parts I didn't like. That's all I've got.
Thank you for the days, those endless days, those sacred days you gave me. I'm thinking of the days I won't forget a single day, believe me. I bless the light, I bless the light, lights on you, believe me. And though you're gone, you're with me every single day, believe me. Days I remember all my life, days when you can't see wrong from right. You took my life, but then I knew that very soon you'd leave me. But it's alright, now I'm not frightened of this world, believe me. I wish today would be tomorrow. The night is dark, it just brings sorrow that way. days of sacred you gave me. I'm thinking of the day. I won't forget a single day, believe me. Days I remember all my life. Days when you can't see wrong from right. You took my life, but then I knew that very soon you'd leave me. But it's alright, now I'm not frightened of this world, believe me. Thank you for the day. Those endless days of sacred days you gave me. I'm thinking of the day. I won't forget a single day, believe me. I bless the life.
Well, I keep saying every year I'll have to pack it up. But next year comes and away I go again, you know.